This is where I'm hoping to film today. Let's see if I can get permission to film here. It's another salvage yard video. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another adventure. The Germ here, checking out yet another salvage yard. Just got permission. One of my customers who works at a salvage yard was gracious enough to let me look around. Now, this is not the same one we've been to before, so I've never been here before. Normally I don't let people, the public, out in the back here, but they're gonna let me look around, so we're gonna go check it out. Got old forklift there. Told me to be very careful because this place is like a sheet of ice today. And everything's covered in snow. It was snowing just a second ago. Not snowing now. Oh, look at this over here. Look at the old wave runner. Wonder what year that is. That actually says wave runner on the side. They don't do that anymore. Of tail lights. Oh, see, I think I'm gonna fall at some point today with all this ice. Hopefully we don't break the camera. All right, let's take a look over here. Some Mercury Milan over here. Everything's covered in snow. Okay, almost fell there. I think what I'm gonna do is walk in the snow instead of the sheet of ice here. Probably a better idea. Wow, look at this. What is that? Is that an old Mazda B series? Or is it a Ford Ranger? They're really the same thing. Let's take a look at this. That thing was hit hard on the side. That is old Mazda B series. Look how small the interior is. That is so tiny. Yet they had a V6 running that thing. A couple more pickup trucks over here. Looks some more Fords. Got a yellow, bright yellow pickup truck. Must have belonged to Hulk Hogan. F350. Probably an old DOT pickup truck. Used to be something there on the side. See the inside of this one. Smashed window. They don't make the bench seats like that anymore. Just trying to ask my friend where the good stuff was, and stuff here is just kind of scattered. So I don't know the layout too well of this salvage yard. So we're gonna kind of just look around and see what we could find. There's an Expedition over here. I remember these coming in when I worked at, when I used to sell cars. Things were gigantic. And this is like a really crazy location because right above here, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's like a rail trail. It used to be a railroad track. Now it's a kind of like a park that you can walk in. And then on the other side of that, on the back side of the salvage yard, so you got that corner right there, and then you got another corner of the salvage yard back here, which lines up, I don't know if you guys can see it at all, with a really big cemetery. Looks like we got a Chevy Impala right here. I remember these were really popular back in the day. Didn't see many of them in red. This one's almost frozen shut. And look, it's one of my Satrons. One of my Satrons. It's a Saturn View. Oh man, this one still got some food left in it. This one still got, if anyone wants a meatball and some ziti there. Someone left their dinner in there. Had leather and everything. Look at that, keys are still in there. Remember these? Everybody had these. Cars don't even have CD players in them anymore. I still love these things. The great thing about the Saturns, man, is that they never dented. So you look at this thing and you look at the other cars around it and they're all messed up, but these Saturns, they didn't dent, man. So that was pretty awesome. They'll stay, as long as the salvage yards keep them, that will look like that forever. Oh wow, look at this Mustang. This Mustang has a Mustang on the side of it. This is the newer retro body style of the Mustang. Wow. Time just goes by so quick. Let's take a look inside this Mustang. Oh man, I really like this style. I'm not a Mustang person. But I really did like this body style when it came out. Ford definitely did it the right way. You know, with these retro cars, that was that Mustang right there. You can't really tell it's a Mustang from the front because it's got no front bumpers on it. But with the Mustang, they really did do it right. You know, some of the other retro cars like the HHR, the PT Cruiser, everybody's kind of tried it, and it's like hit or miss. I don't know, but they did a good job. They seem to be in the Ford section still. It's another Ford, got a Freestyle. These things didn't really take off. It was like a little baby Explorer. I gotta say, for a salvager, their cars are in really, really nice condition. Look at that. Interior, it still looks like it's a drivable car. Not a bad looking vehicle. Let's see if we can see what year this is. The owner's manual's right here. 2006. So about 12 years old now. Still looks like it's in pretty good shape. Of course, you got all the Ford and Mercury's. Mercury, another discontinued brand. Look at these. Ford Windstar and the Mercury. What was the Mercury version? I don't remember the name of those. You don't see those as much. But for a minivan, they didn't look too terrible. I mean, I wouldn't buy one. But they weren't a terrible looking minivan. They were up to date with everything else that was out there. Was Mercury below Ford, or was that like their luxury brand? I know you got Lincoln, you have Ford, you have Mercury. Was Mercury below Ford or above it? I'm not sure. Coming into the GM section now. A couple Chevrolets over here. Another Impala. This is the one that I remember seeing quite a bit. All the gold ones. And the Malibu Max. What were they thinking? This car looked absolutely terrible when it came out. This thing was out of date the day they released it. Let's take a look inside the Malibu Max. Interior is not too terrible. I don't think the interior is too terrible on the Malibu Max. Got a couple CDs back here still. I don't know if there's anything good. Looks like whoever owned this one was a smoker. But I'm very sensitive to cigarette smoke, and this one does not smell like smoke at all. Okay, I gotta try to squeeze down here. There's a hell of a hill right here, so I don't want to fall down there. And there's some more, oh my god. There's some more minivans over here. I'm not even sure which one this is. This is one of three vehicles. It's either a Chevy, a Buick, or a Saturn. Because they all looked exactly the same. The only way to tell, oh, can't even put it down. Still can't see it. I have to look at the interior. Looks like it's the Saturn version. They all looked exactly the same. Here's the Buick version. It's got a broken rear windshield. I don't know why I'm checking out all the minivans, but I remember not selling the Buick version because I never sold this, but these were pretty nice when they came out. That door's locked there. They call them a CUV, crossover utility vehicle. Okay, and this one I thought was a Saturn. Yep, this is a Saturn version. Someone took off the front badge. Actually, this is kind of funny. So you got the Buick one. This is a Saturn relay, but look at this. Does that look like a Chevy badge? It's got a Chevy front bumper on it. And let's see. It's got, there's the Saturn badge. The steering wheel will tell the truth. Yep, there it is, Saturn relay. Now all these came with a DVD player, standard equipment. Someone left the windows open, so actually maybe not open. They look like they're broken. Gotta be careful. Someone left like a door or panel here. I stepped right on that, almost fell. We got a Pontiac Sunfire. These are hot little cars when they came out. Let's take a look in here. Pontiac Sunfire. All right, that's dated. That's a dated car right there. I remember all the radios and the speedometer, everything was in red when you lit it up on the Pontiacs. Got a Cobalt next to that, nothing special. Still see quite a few of these on the road. Stick shift. Oh, and that one had an airbag deployment. That's no good. Now, if you guys noticed, in the Cobalt back here, only one airbag had deployed. I remember selling Saturn Ions, which were the same exact vehicle as the Cobalt. And what would happen was, if there was no person in the passenger seat, this is one of the first generations of vehicle doing this, it would say airbag off, passenger side airbag off. So if the person sitting there didn't weigh enough, or if there was no occupant there at all, the airbag was off on the passenger side. We had gotten so many phone calls when that feature came out. I think it was just to save money on insurance companies, because if the vehicle was totaled or the vehicle got in an accident, there's no reason for the passenger side airbag to go off if no one was sitting there. So now all vehicles have that as a feature, but that was new back then. Over here we got a Chrysler Pacifica. It's hard to make these vehicles out in the snow. Let's take a look in here. Look at that leather, wood trim. I'll tell you what, these were a very luxurious vehicle when they came out. Look at the seats all ripped there from the wear and tear. I liked these when these first came out. Now, the Chrysler Pacifica is actually back out now, but it's kind of weird because it used to be the Chrysler Town & Country. They changed the name of the Chrysler Town & Country for some reason to the Pacifica. I don't know why. I do like the Pacifica name better than the Town & Country, but this is the Pacifica, not the Town & Country. This is an easy one. Dodge Durango right there. Folks, don't drink and drive. Look at this. Does a bottle of wine freeze? Nope. Look at that. Why is there a bottle of wine sitting on the windshield? Durangos. Who didn't like Durangos? Oh, almost slammed my door right on my camera. Another nice looking vehicle. Still looks nice on the interior. Can of Coke there. Thank God that was empty. I had a 12-pack of Coke in my Ford Focus when I was about 18 or 19 in the trunk. I got in a car accident. Left the 12-pack of Coke in the trunk. Forgot it was there. It was in the winter time. 2 or 3 weeks later, I went to go pick up my vehicle. The whole entire 12-pack exploded. Don't do that. We got another Saturn coming up, and looks like a Mazda, maybe a Mazda 6. It's a Mazda 6 there. Tell it's a Mazda Tribute. Same thing as a Ford Escape. Saturn Ions. I remember these coming out. Look at this. This is when they came out with the bigger, bolder badges. There it is. And the speedometer on these were right in the middle of the car. A lot of people did not like that when that came out. And this is a newer Ion, you could tell, because it has the bigger steering wheel. So this is probably like a 05 or 06 or 07. They only made these, they started making these in 2003. And Saturn, again, this had the dent resistant panels. Saturn got rid of that by 2007. Some of the model years, like the Aura that came out, they had all metal panels. That's 05 Saturn Relay. That came out that had all metal panels. They never had plastic panels. The plastic panel cars were like the Ion, the old S series, the L series. Actually, the L series had a rear metal panel. The Saturn Sky, those were all metal cars. And the S series, the L series, and what else? The Saturn View, those were all polymer. And I'm sure I missed something there. I wish there was no snow. This is a really nice car, actually. Mazda 6 hatchback. You don't see these that often. Nice color, too, in this blue. No wheels on it. Oh, this was a really nice car. I like these when these came out. I'm not a big import guy, but I really did like the Mazda 6. This has got to be somewhere around, I think, 2008. The headlights were kind of cool. Nice looking car. So I was thinking about opening up my own dealership. What do you guys think? Should I do it? I'm thinking about opening up a Saturn, Suzuki, Scion, Saab, Hummer, Oldsmobile dealership. You guys think that's a good idea? You guys let me know in the comments below whether you like that idea or not. Speaking of Saab, here's a Saab right here. Let's go check that Saab out, because this other salvage yard that we checked out did not have any Saabs that I saw. Never owned a Saab. Almost bought one at the end. Saab's got a very sad story. Out of all the brands that GM discontinued at the same time, Saab almost survived. They had the best shot back in 2008 when GM went through its bankruptcy. GM discontinued a couple brands to try to make it out of the bankruptcy, and Saab was one of them. Saab, Saturn, Pontiac, and Hummer, all gone. Hummer, there was a rumor of the Chinese buying Saab Spiker actually bought, then they went bankrupt. Pontiac, as far as I know, didn't have a shot at all. And Saturn, there was a guy by the name of Roger Penske who was going to take over the brand Saturn, but unfortunately, it didn't prevail. Supposedly, he was securing manufacturing with Renault Nissan. That's what I had heard. We don't know if that's true and accurate, but that was the rumor. And unfortunately, by the time that happened, half the Saturn dealers had already closed. One of the things I noticed about every Saab is this. Look as you drive down the road. Every Saab's badge, the paint comes right off. And these are really unique. I think GM taking over Saab was kind of the demise of them. And one thing I always thought was interesting about Saab was that you put the key right there. It's not on the column like most cars. Now, every car, we just leave our keys in our pocket, right? But back then, we used to put the key in the ignition, and for Saab, it was right there in the middle. Kind of a weird spot. That's where we would put, I guess, like a cup holder now. And it looks like someone left their plates in here. That's not good. You gotta turn those in New York. Kind of coming up on some Nissans over here. More ice. Trying to walk in the snow because it seems like the snow is giving me a better footing. Look at that Xterra. I don't know, I like blue. These are really cool. I drove one of these in a V6. Lots and lots and lots of horsepower. That's what I need. I think I'm not a expert at parts, but is that a torque converter? It's actually what I need on my Saturn. Nice vehicle though. They should bring these back. I think they would do really well. Check this out back here. Is a Scion TC. I remember when these came out. I still remember the price of these things. They were $16,495 when they came out. I think I want to say it was around 2003 they came out. We'll come back to that because the gentleman who owns the yard is doing something with that vehicle right now. But that was such a nice car. I'm so disappointed that they discontinued Scion, although I would never buy one because I'm not a Toyota fan. I thought the Scion TC was a really nice car. Look at these. These are the Honda Insight. Remember when these were out? I always thought these were the most ridiculous looking car that I've ever seen, with the wheels covered up on the side. I'm not sure exactly how you get to that. I see there's a spot where it looks like it opens up. Let's take a look in here. You don't see these that often. You don't see these at all anymore. Interior is not too bad. Reminds me more like a Hyundai. Wondering how you open that up. Gonna go around the other side here. Look, this side is kind of open. I don't know if this is the way you're supposed to open it or not, but that's how you access to the wheel. Kind of a weird car. Has anyone ever owned one of these? I don't see any buttons for that. Not anything immediately noticeable, at least, on how to open those. I'm sure there's some kind of lever or something. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys to one of the ugliest vehicles ever made. I know you guys right now are going, what is the ugliest car ever made? The ugliest vehicle ever made. Now, this is debatable because there's a few. Ford with the Etzel, is that how you say it? Etzel? There's Honda with the Element. Listen, the Element's ugly. I'm sorry, if you have an Element, that is an ugly car. But I think the #1 ugly duckling, and very appropriate, because ducklings are yellow, is the Pontiac Aztek. Look at this thing. These, I don't know how you could love this thing. I remember having a customer that was comparing the Saturn Vue to a Pontiac Aztek, and they were going back and forth on which one they should buy. And I remember calling her up and following up with her, and she told me she bought a yellow Pontiac Aztek. I could not believe when that lady told me that. How could you buy this? Listen, all right, I know some of you guys are watching like, oh, Saturn Vue is an ugly vehicle. Okay, fine. That's your choice. If you think Saturn's an ugly vehicle, that's up to you. But compared to this, the Saturn might as well be a Cadillac, because this thing, who would buy that thing? People bought them. You make a car, it doesn't matter how ugly it is, people buy them. Perfect example of that is this. Look at this, another one. Why would you buy this? It's a smart car. I see no reason to purchase a car like this. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, you get an accident with this thing, you think you would be toast. Look at this, there's no back to it. This thing actually got an accident. I'm gonna look for the damage here, because there is an airbag deployment. Funny, I don't see any damage on this thing. They must have ran over a thumbtack or something and totaled the car, because clearly you can see right there that the airbag's definitely deployed. I don't see any damage. I mean, the bumper's not, yeah, the bumper's still there. Car looks like, I mean, yeah, there's some panels missing, but it looks like it's in fairly good shape. Speaking of ugly cars, we spoke about the Pontiac Aztek. Well, here is the other ugliest car ever made that is still in existence. That is the Honda Element. This Honda Element has seen some better days. And I don't know if this one's gonna be unlocked. They should be unlocked, but this has one of those, they call them suicide doors. Yeah, this one had 2 airbag deployments in it. And you grab this here. And I remember they had something really wacky where you could actually, they encourage people to use a hose and wash the floor. I don't know if I would ever do that. Okay, it looks like the Germ might be getting a ride down, further down. Supposedly there's a cool vehicle down here that he's gonna show me. I'm not gonna spoil it, but he's gonna give me a ride down on the Excavator. All right, here we go.
You gotta hold on.
No, but I hold on good. So I gotta ride in the Excavator. All right, guys, the Germ has gone mobile. We're going backwards, so I don't know where we're going. Now we're in the search of a special vehicle. It's an excursion with a guardrail that went right through it. So we're looking for that vehicle. It's been moved, so I get a longer ride. That was definitely some experience. He wants me to check out this vehicle down here before we go, and a lot of ice down here. You know, it's funny, I was right over here before, just a few minutes ago. Holy crap, how did I not notice this? Look at that. That is a guardrail, folks. Wow, the vehicles are too close to walk in between, but maybe I could walk towards the back. And I was right over here, but I didn't open this up. Let's see if we can open this bad boy up. All right, that's locked. Try walking up the side of the hill a little bit, going between the trees. Wow, man, look at that. That is a guardrail. I'm gonna walk past another tree here. I can't see anything from this side. I would say that someone surviving this is probably pretty unlikely. I'm gonna attempt to get in between these two vehicles. Door's still open here. And I went right through. Look at this freaking awesome Wrangler right here. What year is that? Look at that old square headlights. There's another Wrangler right next to it. Not much left of that one. Oh man, look at this up here. I noticed what it was based on the wheels. I'm gonna give you guys a second. Can anyone tell what this is? I'm gonna show you guys the back bumper in a second. Here's a clue. It looks like it caught on fire. Some melted material there, which is fiberglass. Let's take a walk to the back of the vehicle. I know what it is. I know what it is. Do you guys know what it is yet? Seems to be that every one of these I find in a salvage yard has caught on fire for some reason. Look at that. It's a Corvette. There's not much left of this one. Just the back bumper. Not sure what's left there to save. Maybe the frame, I guess. That thing is definitely a total loss. There's no way anyone's going to try to ever restore that one. All right, everybody, we're gonna end the video here. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Our last salvage yard video hit 23,000 views. The one right after that hit 6,000. So you guys seem to really like these salvage yard videos. So I think I'm gonna do a few more. But thank you for watching them, checking them out. I really appreciate it. The Germ now has a P.O. box. So you can actually mail something to the Germ now. The Germ P.O. Box 818 Hyde Park, HYDEPARK, New York. 2 words, Hyde Park. 12538. So P.O. Box 818 Hyde Park, New York. 12538. So mail the Germ some postcards, letters, swag. I need a new iPhone. I'm just kidding. Don't mail me that. But you know, you want to send a postcard or something, send one along. Anyways, thanks for your views, guys. Please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, don't wash your hands and spread the germs all over. Thanks for watching, everybody.